Hi friends, welcome back to Lost Without a Plan. If you're new here, welcome. Today we're planning the week of September 16th through the 22nd in my Plum Paper Vertical Priorities Planner. So let's get started. Welcome back. We're going to start off by showing off the sticker kit that I plan on using this week. This is the weekly reflections page. As you can see, I've used part of this kit already. It's from J126. And I think that they're all called 126. There's the deco, a journaling page, and a couple other sheets. I actually use most of these stickers in my monthly setup for Makselife. I will make sure to link that down below if you missed it. But these are just my leftovers plus this journaling sheet, and I wanted to use it this week because we are going apple picking. And this hand can plan kit was perfect for that. And I also grabbed a couple of wacky holidays from her advent calendar, and this is just an extra box on the sheet. I'm not really sure what I have here, but I'm going to remove my pages and then we can lay in the backdrop here and my weekly actions, and then I'll be back to talk over some plans. Okay, so we have some big plans this weekend. We are going apple picking at this farm near San Bernardino Mountains. It's just a few hours drive away, but we're going to go with a friend. Right now I'm putting in my Pilates classes because that's generally the first thing that I toss on the page so that I do not forget any of it. I have 4 scheduled this week. We shall see how that goes. On Tuesday, we have coffee with the principal. I'm just going to write that here on this blue one. Some people do the color blocking with kits like this from top to bottom, and I think it always looks beautiful, but I am just not organized enough for that, I think, because in my brain, I think it's going to look a certain way, and then it never does when it gets down to the paper. It's all good, though. It always looks just fine. So Violet has Taekwondo 2 days this week. I think one of them might be swapped for a gymnastics class because she's kind of been leaning into that style, and they offer both at our gym. So she probably wants to do one of each just so she can have more variety in her extracurriculars. Then I have a book club meeting this month. I feel like I'm not sure about that. I'm going to have to check it at the end. But I do have it written on my calendar, so I'm going to pop it in. I put in the holidays for this week from Hand Can Plan. There was Cheeseburger Day on Wednesday, Talk Like a Pirate Day on Thursday, the first day of fall on Sunday, and then the International Day of Peace on Saturday. I definitely need to be working on my web articles this week as our magazine goes live on the web and actually starts hitting homes this week. And then I have a Voxer check-in with my coach. And then I also need to check my subscribe and save on Thursday just to make sure I don't get anything that I do not currently need. I try to put a reminder every single month, like for 2 weeks before, just so I can reassess as needed. I think that this is going to cover up the holiday that I put. That's better. I did put that is a friend's birthday. My friend's son Gabe's birthday is that day, so happy birthday, Gabe. This is the day we're going to the apple farm. I think I'm going to move this pie since I wrote it at the top, so I can put this underneath it. Maybe to the side. Yeah, that looks good. And then, as you saw, I used Makselife tape for the green and the orange across the bottom, and the quote on the top is from Kell of a Plan. But I think I talked about everything else that I used in the beginning of this video. I'll have everything linked down below for you, just in case you are interested in anything. I don't have affiliate links for these folks, but it's always good to share the information just in case. I'm using this Sig color dot marker in Fawn. It kind of matches the inside of the apple part, I guess. Not really, but I guess that's where she pulled it from. For my habit section, I'm going to be tracking same old, my AM and PM routines, and then my vitamins. My AM routine is really just more of self-care in the morning, and then my PM routine is kind of setting myself up for the day with tidying the kitchen and setting the coffee, all of that sort of stuff. I probably don't need to track it anymore, but it definitely reminds me right before bed when I'm exhausted and I look at my planner for one last time to be like, oh yeah, I have to go do that. Other things that I do every week is the meal plan, grocery pickup, and planner time. I'm just using these stickers here from Orange Umbrella Co. They are all in the Gen Plans font. They went on sale a while back, and so since they had all the things that I handwrite every week, I figured it was a good purchase, and I've definitely been getting its use throughout the time that I have had it, probably a year or so now. I also need to go through my Makselife companion notebook because I am not. In just a second, we'll be looking through my Makselife companion notebook, but the quote that I picked from Kell of a Plan says, "Big things often have small beginnings," which I thought was perfect for the apple trees because they start as just buds of flowers. On Monday, I do have to put in my payroll deposit. On Tuesday, I have the principals thing. I do need to check in with I will pop in my menu right after this because my meal planning is happening. I need to check what I meal planned for this week, which I plan to do right after this. It ended up happening a little later this week, but that's okay. So I will pop that in afterwards. I think that the numbers were a little confusing without them, so I hand wrote them in. Violet has her Wizard of Oz practice on Thursday, so that is what the green label is on the bottom here, and I think that I talked about everything else in this section. Of course, I just wrote on the page, never fails. Oh, and Sunday is also ice cream cone day. I'm going to check with my Makselife companion notebook right now, and I have weekly reflections page here. I'm going to just lay this in real quick. Find my tweezers first and then draw in a grid. This little washi tape holder from Christiane Designs, I did not think I was going to be using it as much as I do, but just because it's on my desk and it's easy to grab from, it's definitely become one of my more used things. Her questions are not in the same order as the Makselife stuff, so it's kind of like pick and choose to put them in place. All right. So we have wins, most grateful for, what worked and didn't, what lessons were learned, and the adjustments that are needed. I'm just going to use these cute little flags to draw a little bit more attention to them without requiring more markers. So real quick, I'm going to go through my weekly actions. I have that I'm reading One True Loves. That's a book from, I don't remember who the author is, but I started it this week and it's pretty good. I do share all of my books reviews on Goodreads under at LostWithoutAPlan, and also on, I think it's called Storygraph. It's like an alternative to Goodreads. I started using it this year. I like that it counts pages and stuff like that, so I have a little more data on my reading other than you read this many books. I'm like, I'm a little bit of a data geek, I guess, when it comes to goals. So it's kind of fun to be able to see that extra information. So yes, I looked on my phone and book club is not this week. I think that we moved it so that we are only meeting up again in October because back to school is kind of rough for many moms in our group. So it's better to move it back a bit, I guess. I do want to do my car tidy on Sunday, and then I have to keep up with my reflection. That's kind of my goal this time. I did put Y2 planning results. What is that? I better go back to my monthly goals here. Oh, it's under Girl Scouts. So, oh yes, that's planning for the meeting for October. We have completed a jot form about what the girls want to do this year. So I just need to look at those results and compile them for the meeting, which is coming soon. But since I'm out of town for 2 weeks, not for 2 weeks, but I have busy weekends for the next 2 weeks, I wanted to get that done early on. So I'm going to include that prep here on Sunday, and then if for some reason it doesn't get done on Sunday, we will move it to early next week, but that way it will for sure get done before the meeting. Next week I have a trip coming up to Philadelphia, so I have to get all of my work items done ahead of time. So anyways, I think that wraps up today's plan with me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today as I plan this fun week, including an apple farm trip and a bunch of other fun, wacky holidays. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell, and I hope that you have a wonderful week. Bye for now.